Are you looking for the perfect dad and daughter quotes for your Father's Day card? Perhaps a special message for his birthday, Christmas, or Valentine's Day? Or are you looking for a simple reminder of your love to share with him simply because he's your dad? No matter the occasion, dad and daughter quotes can help make your note extra special. Check out the quotes below for cute, funny, and inspirational messages for a father or daughter. Welcome to Life Happens YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Dad and daughter quotes. It is admirable for a man to take his son fishing, but there is a special place in heaven for the father who takes his daughter shopping. John Sinor. If you ever want to torture my dad, tie him up and write in front of him, refold a map incorrectly. Cathy Ladman. When you're young, you think your dad is Superman. Then you grow up, and you realize he's just a regular guy who wears a cape. Unknown. You fathers will understand. You have a little girl. She looks up to you. You're her oracle. You're her hero. And then the day comes when she gets her first permanent wave and goes to her first real party, and from that day on, you're in a constant state of panic. Stanley T. Banks. I smile because you're my father. I laugh because there's nothing you can do about it. Unknown. A daughter is a treasure and a cause of sleeplessness. Ben Suresh. A little girl giggles when she is denied an ice cream by her mother. She knows daddy will get her some later. Unknown. Dad, you've always been the coolest, like all those times you said yes when mom said no. Unknown. Behind every great daughter is a truly amazing dad. Unknown. Dear Daddy, no matter where I go in life, you'll always be my number one man. Unknown. There is this girl who stole my heart and she calls me Daddy. Unknown. A father holds his daughter's hand for a short while, but he holds her heart forever. Unknown. Being a daddy's girl is like having permanent armor for the rest of your life. Marine Larica. One of the greatest gifts I've ever gotten came from God. I call him Daddy. Unknown. Dad. He can play like a kid, give advice like a friend, and protect like a bodyguard. Unknown. Daddy, thanks for being my hero, chauffeur, financial support, listener, life mentor, friend, guardian, and simply being there every time I need a hug. Agatha Stephanie Lynn. No one in this world can love a girl more than her father. Michael Ratnadipak. This relationship has something special about it that makes every father and every daughter in the world speak warmly about it. Unknown. When I come home, my daughter will run to the door and give me a big hug, and everything that's happened that day just melts away. Hugh Jackman. Old as she was, she still missed her daddy sometimes. Gloria Naylor. Ordinary father-daughter love had a charge to it that generally was both permitted and indulged. There was just something so beautiful about the big father complimenting the tiny girl. Bigness and tininess together at last, yet the bigness would never hurt the tininess. It respected it. In a world in which big always crushes tiny, you wanted to cry at the beauty of big being kind of and worshipful of and being humbled by tiny. You couldn't help but think of your own father as you saw your little girl with hers. Meg Walletsy. Fathers, be your daughter's first love and she'll never settle for anything less. Unknown. A daughter needs a dad to be the standard against which she will judge all men. Unknown. In the darkest days, when I feel inadequate, unloved, and unworthy, I remember whose daughter I am and I straighten my crown. Unknown. It was my father who taught me to value myself. Dawn French. A good father will leave his imprint on his daughter for the rest of her life. Dr. James Dobson. My father didn't tell me how to live. He lived and let me watch him do it. Unknown. Fathers, be good to your daughters. You are the God and the weight of her world. John Mayer. He was a father. That's what a father does. Eases the burdens of those he loves. Saves the ones he loves from painful last images that might endure for a lifetime. George Saunders. What can you do to promote world peace? Go home and love your family. Mother Teresa. There's something like a line of gold thread running through a man's words when he talks to his daughter, and gradually over the years it gets to be long enough for you to pick up in your hands and weave into a cloth that feels like love itself. John Gregory Brown. Some people don't believe in heroes, but they haven't met my dad. Unknown. My father gave me the greatest gift anyone could give another person. He believed in me. Jim Valvano. A father is neither an anchor to hold us back nor a sail to take us there, but a guiding light whose love shows us the way. Unknown. The love between a father and daughter is forever. Unknown. When my father didn't have my hand, he had my back. Linda Poindexter. A father's tears and fears are unseen, his love is unexpressed, but his care and protection remain as a pillar of strength throughout our lives. Alma H. Van Iratschi. I've made it my business to observe fathers and daughters, and I've seen some incredible, beautiful things. Like the little girl who's not very cute, her teeth are funny, and her hair doesn't grow right, and she's got on thick glasses, but her father holds her hand and walks with her like she's a tiny angel that no one can touch. He gives her the best gift a woman can get in this world, protection. And the little girl learns to trust the man in her life, and all the things that the world expects from women: to be beautiful, to soothe the troubled spirit, heal the sick. care for the dying, send the greeting card, bake the cake. All of those things become the way we pay the Father back for protecting us. Adriana Trigiani. My daddy was my hero. He was always there for me when I needed him. He listened to me and taught me so many things. But most of all, he was fun. Bindi Irwin. I am a princess not because I have a prince, but because my father is a king. Unknown. He brought me every single toy that I wanted when I was young. I hope I can return the favor when I grow up by achieving every single goal that you always wanted me to. I love you. Unknown. Nothing makes me feel stronger than knowing that I have a dad who's got my back. I love you. Unknown. You have seen me at my worst, yet you think that I am the best. I love you, Dad. Unknown. A daughter may outgrow your lap, but she'll never outgrow your heart. Unknown. Dad, a daughter's first love. Unknown. When I'm at my best, I am my father's daughter. Unknown. No other love in the world is like the love of a father has for his little girl. Unknown. When my daughter says, Daddy, I need you, I wonder if she has any idea that I need her billion times more. Stanley Bayman. To a father growing old, nothing is dearer than a daughter. Euripides. The bond that links your true family is not one of blood, but of respect and joy in each other's life. Richard Bach. It was my father who taught me to value myself. He told me that I was uncommonly beautiful and that I was the most precious thing in his life. Dawn French. Certain is it that there is no kind of affection so purely angelic as of a father to a daughter. In love to our wives there is desire, to our sons, ambition, but to our daughters, there is something which there are no words to express. Joseph Addison. He sweeps her hair back from her ears and he swings her above his head. He says she is his amervament. He says he will never leave her, not in a million years. Anthony Doerr. I am not ashamed to say that no man I ever met was my father's equal, and I never loved any other man as much. Hedy Lamarr. I love my daddy. My daddy's everything. I hope I can find a man that will treat me as good as my dad. Lady Gaga. Dad, even a fleeting memory of your loving smile is enough to light up my darkest days. I love you. Unknown. One of the greatest things about daughters is how they adored you when they were little, how they rushed into your arms with electric delight and demanded that you watch everything they do and listen to everything they say. Those memories will help you through less joyous times when their adoration is replaced by embarrassment or annoyance, and they don't want you to see what they are doing or hear what they are saying. And yet, you will adore your daughter every day of her life, hoping to be valued again, but realizing how fortunate you were even if you only get what you already got. Michael Josephson. Having a daughter makes you see things in a different way. This is my only girl, so I don't care what it takes to protect her. You can call it what you want to call it. As long as you treat her the same way I treat her, like my princess, I don't mind. Tracy Morgan. They say that from the instant he lays eyes on her, a father adores his daughter. Whoever she grows up to be, she is always to him that little girl in pigtails. She makes him feel like Christmas. In exchange, he makes a secret promise not to see the awkwardness of her teenage years, the mistakes she makes or the secrets she keeps. Unknown. One of the greatest things about daughters is how they adored you when they were little, how they rushed into your arms with electric delight and demanded that you watch everything they do and listen to everything they say. Michael Josephson. Any astronomer can predict with absolute accuracy just where every star in the universe will be at 11:30 tonight. He can make no such prediction about his teenage daughter. James T. Adams. You fathers will understand. You have a little girl. She looks up to you. You're her oracle. You're her hero. And then the day comes when she gets her first permanent wave and goes to her first real party. And from that day on, you're in a constant state of panic. Stanley T. Banks. Having a daughter makes you see things in a different way. This is my only girl, so I don't care what it takes to protect her. You can call it what you want to call it. As long as you treat her the same way I treat her, like my princess, I don't mind. Tracy Morgan. The father of a daughter is nothing but a high-class hostage. A father turns a stony face to his sons, berates them, shakes his antlers, paws the ground, snorts, runs them off into the underbrush. But when his daughter puts her arm over his shoulder and says, Daddy, I need to ask you something, he is a pat of butter in a hot frying pan. Garrison Kaler. You fathers will understand. You have a little girl. She looks up to you. You're her oracle. You're her hero. And then the day comes when she gets her first permanent wave and goes to her first real party. And from that day on, you're in a constant state of panic. Stanley T. Banks. The father of a daughter is nothing but a high-class hostage. A father turns a stony face to his sons, berates them, shakes his antlers, paws the ground, snorts, runs them off into the underbrush. But when his daughter puts her arm over his shoulder and says, Daddy, I need to ask you something, he is a pat of butter in a hot frying pan. Garrison Kaler. Then a dance with my daughter, spin her around under the lights. Cause I'm just a father making the most of this moment in time. Jason Blaine. Thank you so much for watching our channel. Make sure you subscribe to our channel.